Hello, this is Deacon Mary with San Romero Episcopal Church, coming to you today on Tuesday, December the 21st, to discuss the devotion we have for today in our Advent study of patience. This one is called Patience in the Midst of Deep Change, and it is written by Scott Stoner, the man who developed the Living Compass. The quote that he begins with today is one I think that most of us are very familiar with, by Reinhold Niebuhr. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Deep change presents us with the graphic reminder that we are not in control of life. Things happen that we can neither predict nor prevent. These words from Steve Charlton's reflection remind us that one of the most significant challenges to our emotional and spiritual well-being is our ability to deal with change and loss. If we have experienced a recent significant loss, the holiday season will often magnify our grief. None of us likes the feeling of not being in control. When we experience that feeling, we have choices as to how we will respond. We can attempt to avoid the feelings altogether by repressing or numbing those feelings, or pretending they don't exist. We can choose to overcompensate by trying to increase control over some other aspect of our lives. Or we can choose to use the experience of feeling out of control as an opportunity to deepen our practice of the opening lines of the Serenity Prayer above. When we use avoidance or overfunctioning, we build a wall around our feelings. Not only does this not work, it creates a barrier between ourselves and God. Acknowledging and accepting our vulnerability is an essential step in deepening our spiritual root system so that we can, with God's help, persevere in the midst of deep change in our lives. Making it personal. In general, how do you react when you feel some critical part of your life is out of control? Are you experiencing any of those feelings right now? If so, what would it mean for you to turn to God with those feelings? This particular topic and this particular day, right now, in the year of 2021, strikes home with me because in a scientific modern world where we felt like we had a lot of things lined up and we knew what to do and we were all on top of them, here we are in the midst of a global pandemic that won't go away. And especially now, here we are in the holiday season with a variant coming on, and it's like, well, we're going to have to do all of this again. I thought we had this taken care of. I was all ready. Once they announced that they had the vaccine, I was all ready for it to be in line so we could just go back to the way things were. And that's just not happening in the order that most of us would like for it to happen. And I don't know about you, but that is causing changes for me, changes in my expectations, in my daily life, my assurance of what things might be like next week or next month. So I find myself having to really turn loose and recognize that I don't have the ability to control this, and neither does anyone else. That instead of looking at these things in the history books that happened historically centuries ago, we're living with it right now. And so for me, it's been a time for a lot of reflection and a lot of prayer, particularly in helping me adjust my life and adjust my expectations. It's brought me very close to God in many ways, and able to recognize much more fully that He is in control, and that even though things look really wonky right now, this is the time when I need to trust Him and pray and think about all the things that I can do to make the life that I have much more fulfilling for myself and for others. So I hope you join me in prayer and introspection in this time of deep change, so that we can all adjust together to those things that we can do and accept the ones that we cannot do and do the best we can. Have a great day.